Welcome to another episode of Smitty Snippets. We apologize for being late. We had some technical difficulties. Appreciate you spending your Thursday with us. We got a pretty good show, as we always do. I'd like to introduce you to the crew. Casanova and Chris. Say what's
Hey
happening.
guys.
Hey,
Okay. Good stuff. Good stuff. You guys are so excited, so juiced. I'm amped. You guys got me amped for this show. That's what I'm talking about. So, again, I appreciate y'all hanging out with us on this Thursday. Sorry for being late. I had to everything shut down on me. So, but I'm here now, and let's get this thing started. Chris, you got it.
All right, so we are going to start our news off this week. We discussed on Tuesday Clint Eastwood and him being tired of Hollywood and the remakes, the reboots, et cetera, et cetera. Apparently, just as a update on that, Clint Eastwood has gone back to the platform that published that article and said, "Hey guys, what you are all are doing is pretty much a fabrication." Apparently, it's the platform had taken a bunch of different uh, conversations or what have you that he's had over the course of the years and mashed it all together and came up with that particular story. So it is not true. So just wanted to make sure we got that out there. Our first story is Tim Miller and the X-Men. Tim Miller, the director of the first Deadpool movie and one of the creators behind Amazon's Secret Level and Netflix's Love, Death, and Robots, which is a great series. If you guys
Fantastic
are looking
series.
for something to watch and giggle at, that is something that you can watch. He has expressed interest in directing an X-Men movie for the Marvel Studios. While speaking to Hollywood Reporter, Miller said, "I think that Marvel has this secret weapon they haven't been able to unveil yet, which is the whole X-Men universe, which is what got me into comics," Miller said. "The X-Men are my favorite characters. I wrote Marvel boss, Kevin Feige, and I'm like, if there was ever anything that you would let me do in the Marvel universe, please, the X-Men would be it." So he's dying to do X-Men, y'all. He had an X-Men film in development at one point, which would have been based on Chris Claremont and John Byrne's Uncanny X-Men number 143. Miller described the film as Home Alone meets Alien. So if you guys, Smitty, what do you think about Tim Miller doing an X-Men?
I mean, I don't care who does it. Just do it right. Just do it right. Don't get up here and do like they did last time. I don't know why it took this long for like Deadpool to
Mhm.
show Wolverine the way he's supposed to be shown, but I mean, as long as they get it right, right? They're so it seemed like nowadays they're so tied up in trying to make the unbelievable believable, right? We didn't go
Mhm.
there. We know X-Men ain't real, right? We know X-Men ain't real. Okay? Put the man in his suit and let him claw some people up, right? I know Jean Grey and Phoenix, they're not real things. Right? You don't have to make them look real. Just put them on screen so we can all geek out and enjoy the thing that we've been loving this entire time. So that's where I'm at with it. Don't mess it up.
Okay. All right. Casanova, what do you think?
I don't know if I would give him the keys. It was like I remember that comic. I read it. It was fine.
Mhm.
The penchant is to go big with a lot of these movies. Going small, I think, would have been a good direction back when it was at Fox. It's with
Mhm.
the MCU now, and with them being cheap, going small is probably an option. But like my thing is more like I think the story is going to be built around how who you cast and what characters you're using, and I'm kind of more curious on what lineup they set up.
Yeah.
It was like after that, then I
Yeah.
could see, oh, okay, you're doing the story in the X Mansion, that's fine. If this where you're keeping them, if you're doing another iteration of the group, then this is the cast you got. Okay, great. But the one mistake I don't want them to do is build all their movies around one character.
Gotcha. Yeah,
It was like,
yeah.
don't build everything around Wolverine. It was like, just don't do it. It
Right.
was like,
I mean,
you want
they
to
don't.
highlight him for one movie, then that's fine. But it's like, there was a ton of other characters. They got a ton of other characters. You don't need to build all your stuff around him.
You
Gotcha.
don't have to do everything around a character like Wolverine, right? But it has to be somebody. It has to be a character with some juice, right? You can't do a movie about Jubilee, right? You can't do that,
Aw.
right? Just certain
No, I think they
characters.
can. No, I think they can.
Jubilee,
Yeah, I
Uh-oh.
think they can do it. Yeah, I
Uh-oh.
think they can do it. It's
Uh-oh.
like,
No,
I want a Jubilee X-Men movie now. It's like, give me
Okay.
Jubilee, give me Dazzler, give me Glob Herman. It was like, that's what I want. It was like, that's the X-Men movie
Beast.
that I want.
Yeah. I mean, if you wanted
It
to do a
was like, I want
Sabretooth Wolverine
Jubilee.
movie, if you want to do a Sabretooth Wolverine movie, I'd be down to see that, right? I don't want to see Jubilee with firecrackers coming out of her hands. Nobody want to see that. Right? That's
Nah, it
not a
was like,
movie.
I want Jubilee versus Sabretooth and Toad. It was like, I want that.
Toad
But
I
she's
actually
fighting for her
like. I
life.
don't know why, but whatever. All right.
Well, that's fine.
Ugh.
All right, so we're gonna move on. Fans are asking for Netflix's Frankenstein as a theatrical release. On Saturday, Netflix released the first teaser trailer for director Guillermo del Toro's longtime passion project, Frankenstein. The film stars Oscar Isaac as the Mad Doctor, Jacob Elordi as the monster, and Mia Goth, as Victor's fiance, and features visual feast of Victorian and Arctic imagery. This has led fans to voice the same opinion. The most upvoted comments on YouTube contend the film, which will have its global premiere on Netflix in November, should be given a theatrical release. Netflix has also developed Maggie Gyllenhaal's The Bride, which is a remake of Bride of Frankenstein, but then passed it over to Warner Brothers. The studio will release it next March in theaters. Why are we shaking our head?
The Bride of Frankenstein need to be redone? Huh? Does it need to be redone? Does Frankenstein need to be done again? No. God
Yeah,
damn
but
it. Come up with a new idea. New ideas on the table. Let's come up with something. Stop doing these remakes. Stop it. Think of something. Just take 5 minutes.
Everybody wants to put their own twist
on Frankenstein.
Yes.
There's no twist. He takes the brain out of a person, puts it in a big dummy, and he gets up and he scares the shit out of people. The end. That's Frankenstein. Okay? That's it. That is it. That's Frankenstein. And he got a wife. So now he's got a crazy lady with black hair and white stripes. That's it. That's Bride of Frankenstein. How do you? It's fine. Casanova, you go ahead, man.
Oh my.
Go ahead.
This is
I'm so sick of these. I'm so sick of these bad ideas or these remakes. Have you thought of anything? No, I haven't. Well, let's redo Frankenstein. All right then. No, I'm just come on, man. Come on.
This is what happens when you end up with a bunch of stuff in the public domain, and then somebody has an idea of like, oh, I want to do this thing. It's like Guillermo del Toro most likely will get a bigger pass on this as long as the movie ends up being good, just because of the previous movies he has done. As far as people clamoring saying this should be released in the theater, it's probably 10 people saying that because you release this movie in the theater, they're not going to see it. It was like, oh, it's in the theater. It'll be on Netflix in 2 weeks, so I'll just stay home and watch it.
Yeah.
So they need to stop with that. It was like, hey, this looks good. It'll probably be interesting to have a theatrical release. Netflix not rolling the dice on that. It's just like, it's here. Watch it on Netflix. You got a big ass TV. Don't watch it on your phone. It'll be all right.
Act like
and
they jumping around.
As far as Warner Brothers releasing The Bride, their track record has not been good on stuff anyway. So especially not recently. So them releasing The Bride of Frankenstein, it was like, I don't know. That don't necessarily mean it's gonna be good. It's like it may not be terrible, but we'll see when they drop a trailer because that's not supposed to come out until March. So whatever.
Okay. All right. Let's move on quickly. Marvel Studios is skipping Comic-Con Hall H panel this year. For those who may not be familiar, Hall H is an important area at Comic-Con. It's known for hosting the largest panels and can accommodate up to 6,500 people, making it the centerpiece for major announcements at celebrity appearances. Hall H has been the site for well-known moments, such as the first appearance of the Avengers cast, often with fans camping outside to secure a spot. Per the wrap, Marvel Studios will skip Comic-Con's Hall H this year, with Avengers Doomsday pushing out to December of 26. Marvel Studios now has another San Diego Comic-Con before the film's release. The cast of Avengers Doomsday is currently involved in production of the film, and the timing for a Saturday night Hall H panel didn't feel quite right. This is not the first time Marvel has skipped Hall H due to timing. In 2011, the company didn't have a Hall H panel since they were focused on shooting the Avengers. Similarly, in 2015, Marvel didn't go because they didn't have footage to share. And in 2018, they skipped because numerous films wrapped production and there was nothing new to announce. So there you guys go. If any of you guys go to Comic-Con, I've never been. I think I would like to go just for the experience, but if any of you guys go and are familiar with Hall H, don't expect Marvel to be there this year. And Casanova is frantically shaking his head though.
I'd be down to go. I mean, not this year, but I'd be down to go. I'm all right with that move. I think the biggest, well, probably one of the best superhero movies. As a matter of fact, it is the best superhero movie I've ever seen. Is Endgame, and that trailer told you nothing. It gave nothing away, right? But it was still amazing, and you were surprised when you went to go sit down and watch the movie. They don't do that nowadays, right? They're like, "Oh, look, somebody dies at the end. This is who it is," and that's in the trailer, right? So you're just sitting there waiting for it to happen. So I'm fine with it. Don't show anything. Just put it out. I'm cool with that.
Okay. All right, Casanova.
I think it's a good move to skip Comic-Con because they don't have anything to show. It was like you have your Avengers movie dropping next year. You can hit Comic-Con and drop the trailer then. There's like you probably drop the teaser during the Super Bowl or something, like they normally do that stuff. So it's like that's fine. For them to show up and not have anything, I think would have just been a waste of time. So, and it's like that's been the bigger place over the years to show those type of trailers and drop news and all that other stuff. So with them not there, Warner Brothers and DC will probably have a bigger presence when that comes up and drop some information to some of the other studios doing the same, so they don't have to worry about that elephant in the room. But it's always like, it just seems when Marvel is there, it's definitely a hard time getting into Hall H to see all of that stuff. And then people wait for trailer leaks and all that other stuff. So it's like it'll probably be a little bit more subdued with them not being there, but I think it's the right move. Like if you ain't got nothing to show, don't show up.
Yeah. Well, set yourself up for failure, basically. I'm just gonna move through the last few items, and then Smitty, I have something very specific for you at the end of these announcements. But very quickly, the original Hamilton cast is due to reunite. The original Broadway cast of Hamilton will reunite at this year's Tony Awards to mark the 10th anniversary of Lin-Manuel Miranda's groundbreaking musical. The 78th annual Tony Awards, hosted by Cynthia Erivo, airs on CBS on June 8th. I don't usually do awards, but I will pop in just to watch the reunion because, first of all, Hamilton was absolutely amazing. Loved it. So I would absolutely watch that. What about you, Smitty?
That's not my bag.
Of course.
It's not my bag. I'm not down with
All right,
people spinning around
Casanova.
singing songs on stage. That's not me there. Huh?
All right.
I tried. I put it on. Right. The kid across the street, he watched it like umpteen times. Right. He kept coming over to the house, want to hang out with our son. He was like, "Have you seen it yet, Mr. Smith?" "Oh, not yet. Not yet. I'm probably gonna go watch it right now." No, damn well I ain't finna watch it. Right.
You have to watch it.
I tried, man. He was asking me questions. What'd you think about this scene? It was great. Go back inside. Stop asking me shit. I'm not gonna watch the movie, man. But I had to watch it.
It's a great musical. It's great. It's great. All right, we're gonna move on. Unless Casanova has anything to add quickly.
No, good for them for reuniting. It was like, if I really want to see it, I'll catch it on YouTube. I'm not turning on the Sony to watch it.
Okay, all right. Moving on. Stephen King terminates WB's copyright license for Shawshank Redemption. Stephen King is terminating Warner Brothers' copyright license for the Shawshank Redemption, sparking speculation that a reboot could be on the way. For those of you who may or may not be familiar, Shawshank Redemption was released in 1994, starring Tim Robbins and Morgan Freeman as the very two main characters of this movie. I love the movie. I would hope to goodness there is no reboot in production or being considered, because I just feel like certain movies, i.e. Color Purple, should not be messed with, but that is my thought behind it. Smitty, Casanova, the two of you, anybody?
I'll let him go first. Go ahead.
It's fine. I mean, like, if there is a redo of it, then the only thing that would make sense to me is if the first movie wasn't as true to the book as he would have liked, and you want to do that, then fine. But I don't care either way. It was like,
Okay.
it wasn't one of mine. Like, I saw it and I was like, all right, and that was the end of it. It's like, I only saw it the one time, and that was it. So it's like, I wasn't,
Shawshank.
that was it. Yeah,
Well, you
saw
want
it.
to see
I was
a
like, all right.
Jubilee movie?
Yeah, you need Jubilee. You need that party
Shawshank was
machine. You need that.
Shawshank was mad to you.
Yeah, it's all right. Yeah, it was all
Shawshank
right.
was
I was like, all right.
amazing. Smitty,
like,
did
yeah,
you
all
want? Did you? Are you done?
Can't get him off.
You're speechless. Okay, all right, moving on. Just a few announcements. Go ahead.
First of all, Shawshank did poorly in the movies, right? But it made its money on when it hit DVD, right?
Mhm,
And it's an amazing watch.
mhm,
It's an amazing watch. Is it like Transformers or any of that shit? No. Okay, it's a real movie. Takes its time. All right. You got character development. Remember what that is? You got all that. People talking, things happen, right?
Right.
And then the payoff is at the end, right? It's
Right.
happiness, it's sadness. There's all of that, right? So if you
Mhm.
want to watch a real movie, watch that,
Right.
right? Not this cookie cutter stuff they got today. Shawshank Redemption is good. Watch it.
Yeah. I thought Shawshank Redemption was good. All right, moving on. Just a few again announcements. Predator: Killer of Killers is due to release June 6th on Hulu. Just for those of you who may be interested, I know. Excuse me. Yeah, tomorrow. I know I will be watching it. So for those of you in our chat who may be interested, there you go. Slow Horses returns for season 5. Apple TV has announced that the show will return on Wednesday, September 24th. I will definitely be watching that. One of my favorite shows. Definitely something to look out for. Helen Mirren and Pierce Brosnan in Thursday Murder Club. Based on the best-selling novel by Richard Osman, coming to Netflix on August 28th, directed by Harry Potter and Philosopher's Stone filmmaker Chris Columbus. So that is something that I was excited to see, that Helen Mirren and Pierce Brosnan will be teaming up again, seeing as how they are paired so well in Mobland. So Smitty, I'm not sure if that's something that you're looking forward to. It seems like more like a mystery comedy movie. So do the two of you
I
have
don't know.
anything?
After Mobland, my thoughts on Helen Mirren kind of Helen Mirren and Pierce Brosnan kind of changed a little bit.
Okay.
I don't know if I feel the same.
Okay.
Just
All
saying.
right. One final note, and then we'll move on to Duster. Smitty.
What?
Mom told me to make sure to announce to the world that her and Dad talked about watching Jurassic World Rebirth, and they are a hard no.
Yeah, no kidding. You didn't even make that announcement. I already knew that shit. I already knew. I knew.
Oh,
I
hard
didn't even have to ask. I already knew.
I was hoping. I was hoping they said, "All right, we'll do it." I was like, I was hoping they said they would go. Oh man,
I already knew. I know.
Okay, just wanted to make sure you were aware. All right, so
It's
we're
my
gonna
camera.
move
I'll be
on.
right back.
What? What's wrong with the camera, man? Okay. So we're gonna move on to Duster. So since Smitty is not here for the time being, Casanova, I don't know if you want us to go ahead and get started with the review of Duster and what you thought about for this week's episode.
What did you think?
I'm still not hooked on this show. I'm not. This is a show that
the move too slow for you.
I'm not convinced on the characters. I'm not.
Mm.
Like where on, let's say for Mobland or whatever, I am bought into Helen Mirren's character of Maeve. I'm bought into Pierce Brosnan's character of Conrad. I'm bought into Tom Hardy's character of Harry. I am not bought into any of these characters at all. So it makes it a difficult watch for me. So that being said, go ahead, Casanova. Let me know what your thoughts of this episode were, because I mm-mm, mm-mm.
This episode was fine. It's like you still have you had basically two stories that intersected. You had the FBI agent Nina, and the guy had sidled up to her to be her partner. Unfortunately, his name is escaping me right now. Um, going to try and find the previous FBI agent that was on the case that has been committed and to find out information of what he knows. And they get into the insane asylum by, of course, dressing up as workers that work there. And the guy is nuts. It's like he almost kills Nina, unless she answered a trick question that he gave her, and she barely answered that through tears because she was pretty much knew that was about a rat. While her partner was outside pretending to be a janitor who wanted to pretend to be a doctor to kind of keep another guy from going into the room. So on the other side, you had Jim taking a road trip with the mob boss who may or may not have had his brother killed, to try and figure out to get closer to him and get more information. And then he was convinced at one point after they beat up a bunch of guys in a bar that he ain't do nothing. But then he said a couple of things and mentioned somebody with that they could get plastic explosive from. And he mentioned her name. It's like, yeah, I used her on a job before, and then that changed his whole outlook again. So he don't know whether this dude had his brother killed or not.
Right.
And basically that still world turns for that. And then I think in the episode today, the Mexican cartel leader that he was going to do running for is sending somebody for him because he never did any
He never
jobs for him.
showed up,
And
right?
he acted like that wasn't going to come back on you when dude told you. It's like, hey, you working for him, you got to work for him, you got to show up for work.
Right.
Like, it's not no call out gig where you can't just not no call, no show, and he ain't gonna say nothing. So like we'll see what that is. Like this will be what, the fourth episode?
I
It
think
was
it's
like
the
I'm still
fifth.
into it.
Or no,
It'll
yeah,
be
this will be, I
it'll be
think,
fourth.
fourth.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it'll be
Yeah,
the
it's like,
fourth.
I'm still riding with the show. It's like, there's probably, I'm thinking maybe a 10 episode season. So it's like, the other 6 episodes, it's like they haven't done anything to make me drop this and
Right.
just not
Exactly. They
watch
ain't
it.
done
It's
nothing.
like
Nothing.
which is
I'm
fine.
sorry.
It's like,
I
3
digress.
episodes
Go ahead
in.
and finish.
It's
Go
like
ahead and
it's
finish.
3 episodes in. I'm all right. It's like I'm still all right with it.
Okay. All right. So you're willing right now to give it a little bit more breathing room to develop the storyline and characters further at this point?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. As long as
Okay.
Nina's still there, I'm still watching.
Oh goodness. All right. Whatever. Go ahead, Smitty. Jeez.
They're not doing anything. Like every week that I've watched this so far, every week it's been the same damn thing. He in the car riding around. He go talk to his boss, and then he goes and fetches something. On the way, he stops at his dad's house. Gets screamed at by his mother-in-law.
I think that's the best part of the show. The interaction with dad and the new wife.
It's every time he goes to his dad's house to borrow shit. Dad, can I have this? You have stuff I can break in a vault. What are we doing? What are we doing? So now he's been made aware that that his brother may have been killed by the man that he works for, right? And
Ezra.
that's fine. Like you find that out I think last week in episode 2.
No, you found that out in episode 1 that Ezra may have been the person behind his brother's death.
Okay. So so now that you know that, right? There's just this whole cat and mouse in his brain game that we just keep playing. He'll say stuff like, what's your favorite song? Oh, my favorite song is I Hate You and I Hope You Never Come Back. And he's like, and he just keeps giving the stank eye like, oh, does that mean he killed my brother? This happens the entire episode. This happens for 2 episodes. Where he's just like, did he do it? Did he do it? Should I believe him? Dude, pick a lane. Right? Pick a lane. He either did it or didn't.
Okay.
You know?
But you
We
can
need to get
see the
past this.
difficulty that he is having in this, because this is a guy that I think they said he's worked for like 15, 16 years, something along those lines. And he is like family to Ezra and them. So of course you don't want to believe. And then you have Ezra in this episode saying that his brother, I forget the brother's name, was like a son to him, and he was going to start training him to take over the organization. So if that's the case, that is definitely not someone that you want to think did.
Okay, maybe I misspoke. Let me put it to you like this: have you learned anything more in episode 3 that you didn't know in episode 2? No, you don't know shit. There was a crazy man with a knife. He didn't know nothing, right? He was just talking out of his mind, like,
no, he did. He was talking about the pot,
bumblebees and honey and stuff. Huh, Jack? Who's hot? Who's got jackets? Huh? Watermelons. He was just talking bananas, right? He didn't know what he was talking about, right? So he didn't have anything to do with the story. He didn't add anything to it, right? He just told her, follow the numbers, right? Which that probably is the only thing that meant anything, right? But nothing else.
Something about the pot. He said something about the pot. I can't recall because I'm not gonna lie. I was not paying full attention. So
because this show will do that. This show will make you not pay attention. It will make you look away in disgust.
So, but I think if I go with other series and vague statements of that nature occurring in other series, it's probably something that'll come up. She'll have a light bulb moment at the end of the season or whatever, be like, oh my God. And then they'll do a flashback, and then it'll be of consequence for whatever situation she happens to be in at that time. I'm just guessing. Who knows?
I think it's that for me. And I've watched the show 3 weeks, and every week there has been some severe severe cut through it with a knife type racism. It has been deep. It has been absolute deep racism. Now, I don't know if this is somebody's like idea, but like, I've always wanted to say the word, but this way we can do it. We can do it. We can do it every week. And they just been doing it. Like, it's just been insane. First of all, the black dude, what's his name? Ezra.
Mm-hmm.
Ezra stopped in an all-white biker bar for a drink. We don't do that. We don't do that. It don't matter where we at. We don't do that. Okay, that's something we don't do. We don't do that.
But why wouldn't he?
Rolled in Arizona.
Right? Why wouldn't he?
Why wouldn't he?
He has no reason not to, especially knowing that he's got his bodyguard there.
One person, one white dude against many bikers. Many bikers.
But it's like he also not like a regular dude. It's
exactly.
Like he a crime boss that think he can do whatever he wants.
Exactly.
So okay, you just roll up in there. It's like I go where I want when I want. You ain't gonna tell me nothing.
That's
cool.
right.
So I'm your bodyguard. I'm each one of your bodyguards, right? And we get to that bar. Hey, well, come on, let's stop in here for a drink. Your spidey sense ain't going off? Huh? You ain't telling me no? You going in? You going in? You ain't coming out. You ain't coming.
I'm just saying.
Like y'all have a nice night. I'm gonna go walk. No, I'm good. I don't need no drink that bad. I don't need no drink that bad. It is deep, and I understand it's the time, and I understand that that some of it's in here, and that they have to that they didn't like black people or the Native American gentleman being a cop. I understand that, but it's like every minute they just keep reminding you, "Hey boy, come on over here." And
You
then you look something up. I'm like, I don't want to watch this anymore. I don't want to watch this anymore. I feel uncomfortable. I don't like this. So yeah, you let me know what you think. So
again, I don't like it. I've
why
tried.
don't you like it?
I don't, 'cause I'm sorry. Like, I'm trying not to be mean or whatever. I just,
You ain't gotta apologize to me. I didn't write it.
again, I don't like.
It's like
I
I didn't write it.
haven't.
It's like it's not like I sat there and like I've slaved and put this up here. I'm like, like
No, I
dedicated to you,
know.
Chris and Paul. It was like this is for y'all, and then it's like y'all hate it. It
No,
was
I
like if
know,
y'all don't
but
like
I'm
it,
just
it's
saying.
fine.
I'm just saying, like, I'm not bought into the characters. The storyline is very lackluster. Like, it just doesn't have the punch for me. Like, all right, fine, we keep going back to the racial aspect. That's what we got it. I got it. We're in that
Exactly.
time frame or whatever. I don't need to keep being reminded of it. If
Yeah.
that's what you're gonna do, that's fine. But at least give me something to sink my teeth into. You know what I'm saying? Like, this particular story about his brother and tying that into potentially like a bigger conspiracy, that's fine. But like, give me more. Like, you don't have to give up the whole story or whatever, obviously, because we're only a few episodes in. But start to unravel that a little bit, so I can be like, oh, okay, give me a nugget or something each episode, or
Yes.
something, so I could be like, oh, where I want to tune back. And right now, this honestly feels like work watching it.
Yeah. You never lied. Never lied.
Feels like
It's
something
real
else, but
tough.
like
It's
work
clearly a
that I
police.
watched. But
It's clearly a police cover up,
Mhm.
and they're just like, I don't know why we can't find this information. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You know why? Okay, you know why. Stop. I need you to let's move the story forward. Okay,
Right,
let's move the
right.
story forward. And
The only
go ahead.
the only thing that got me slightly interested was the 5-second, I'm sorry, 3-second clip that they showed at the end of the prior episode, where they just showed like Washington DC, where you're getting the idea potentially that this goes beyond this little tiny small town and goes all the way up to the likes of Washington, and people in higher echelons and statuses or whatever, which that might be more interesting. But then you bring it back this episode to where we're running around a psych ward. Come on.
Yeah, I got one more thing for you too, and this probably gonna be biased, but I don't care.
Uh-oh.
The dude, the main character, he look old as hell. He is.
He is. He's in his 50s, and he's playing a role of a 30-something-year-old. He's in his 50s.
He turned sideways in this show today. He had his hands on his hips, and he had like this Homer Simpson thing going on. And I was just like, And I'm not trying to make fun of it. I'm just saying, it looks odd. He got on that tight sweater and his hair don't lay down, and it's so weird. It just stick out, it just stick out. It never seems to fall. And it doesn't matter how he shakes his head or anything. It just don't move,
Oh
and it's fine. It just, I don't know. It's just some of that just bothered me. He too old to be playing this part.
He is. Well, no, he's not, because a lot of roles, as we know, you have people that are older playing younger roles. He just doesn't match the age in appearance that he's supposed to be playing, because they did do a close-up and I saw a lot more.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh.
Yeah, they must have been desperate to find. We can't find anybody. Nobody wants to do it. Give him a call.
Yeah, so I'm not sold so far on this series. I will keep watching. I'm not saying that it can't get better. Dennis Wright and his dog on Tom Cruise. I'm not saying that it can't get better. I think it can potentially get better. I'm just hoping that after these few episodes, that the writing gets moves it along. Like
it ain't.
I think it will. I think it can.
It's not. It won't.
Okay.
You're welcome.
All right. Okay. Well, that sounded a little harsh for that show. I feel like
If stuff starts out weak, it don't really get better. Okay, I don't know why
no,
people
that's
wait
not
around for
true.
bad shows to get better. It's
That's
not a
not
thing.
true. That's not true. There are shows that have started out poorly, and don't put me on the spot to make me tell you their names because at the moment I can't recall. However, I do know there are shows that have started out to me poorly. I'll say to me poorly. And when it starts season 2 or season 3 and people are all jacked about it, I'm like, well, what the hell am I missing? Because, you know, when I watched it in season 1 when it first came out, it was trash.
Yeah. Yep. All right. What else you got?
Well, let's go on into Mobland. I laughed my ass off this episode. Laughed my ass off the whole way through. And Casanova tells me that that was not the appropriate response.
I did have a nice chuckle here and there at Mobland. And then I was disgusted.
Oh
But
yeah.
we'll get into that in a minute.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right, so go ahead, Smitty, and start us off with the Mobland and all of the inappropriateness that took place. Shall we?
So this week they start off with you see Conrad, he's in prison, and his son is it Kevin?
Yes.
Kevin decided to grow a pair, and he decided to go to prison and talk to his father and just tell him exactly how he felt.
Mm-hmm.
And I was happy to see it. Right, there are so many good moments in this story, in this show, that you just rewind because they're so good. Now, my family doesn't like when I do that. I just keep rewinding because I want to pick up on every little thing that I've missed. But that moment where he starts talking to his father and telling him how awful he is and how much of a horrible person he is and how he doesn't need him and that he's going to take over.
Mm-hmm.
That surprised me. I thought that was amazing, and I needed that.
Mm-hmm.
I needed him to do that. And then what I didn't need was from Conrad. Okay. Conrad opens his mouth. Now, I don't know if you all have seen this, but I'm gonna tell you what Conrad said. Conrad looks at his son, who, by the way, slept with his son's wife.
Well, he slept with her before
he gave her to his son.
Thank you. Yes, he then gave her to him. But go ahead.
It had a baby. She had a baby by him. So now Conrad's love baby, who they keep trying to play off as his son's child, they're actually brothers.
Eddie. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if y'all picked up on that, man. If you need me to explain it again, I'll break it down for you again. But you would expect Conrad at this point to apologize for what he has done to Kevin. Matter of fact, his entire family, because all of this is his fault, right? But to lay down with your son's wife is diabolical. Like that you can't come back from that. And then you're gonna give your kid to me and be like, listen, I messed up, right? But I need you to go and raise that kid like your own, right? It's mine, and I had sex with your wife, but it's fine. Like, just trust me, it'll be okay. How do you fix your face to be normal again, ever? How? Y'all go ahead, man. Y'all go ahead. I'm
Casanova.
Well, Conrad, as a dad, said it's like, hey, I'm done with my girlfriend, and I don't want to necessarily break up with her per se. I want to keep her around just in case. So, son, this is for you.
This is
like,
for
I want
you.
to take her and go ahead.
Awful.
It was like, so thanks, son. So, why Kevin didn't immediately be like, I'm not touching that. It was like, I'm not doing this. So, but he tried for whatever reason, guess because he was damaged up until he killed that old security guard, and then he's like, "Yeah, I'm not damaged no more." It was like I exercised all my demons with that bullet, so now I'm ready to man up and run the family again. So it's like, that unto itself is just weird and distressing thing.
Yes,
But
that is.
that had been going on over season, but that was not as distressing as Maeve rolling up to Eddie, who's like, "Oh, what's your grandma?" It was like, "And we gonna run this together." It was like, "You as the king and me as the queen." And he was like, "What the hell are you talking about?" "Oh, we'll get to all of that later. Don't you worry about
I
it."
mean,
I was like, "The hell you mean? Don't I worry about it?" I was like, "I'm worried about it now." I was like, "You
Mm-hmm.
trying to tell me you're not my grandma, and you making some, suggestive suggestions here? Like, I don't know if I want a part of this."
she's ready.
So it's like that whole family dynamic is a little askew, I'll say.
Askew.
Um, then as far as the stuff with Richie and Harry and the lawyer that was the dirty traitor, it's like all that pretty much worked out as kind
Not
of
for her.
figured as far as the setup and everything else. I was like, but that was cool. It was like, so that was good. It was like Harry's ending of like, oh, what a day this was. It was like had a nice argument. My wife stabbed me in the chest with a steak knife. Let me go sit down and think on this for a minute because this is nonsense. So I guess like with next season, it will be whatever Harrigan's form takes versus Kat and all of her nonsense for whatever she is. And it's like, I'm here for all of it. So it was a good show. It was like it was a nice, good 10 episodes and of
Mm-hmm.
like British gangster drama, and hopefully they can duplicate or improve on season 2.
So for me, go ahead, Smitty, because you look
No,
like you're
no,
about to have a
no. You
moment. No,
next.
no,
You next.
you're
I'm gonna
about to
go
have a
after you.
moment. So for
That
me, go ahead.
no,
Go ahead. Go
go.
ahead. No, no,
Just
go, go,
go.
go. Just go. Go. For me, um, I could not stop laughing when Eddie went to visit who he at the time thought was his grandmother when he first entered the prison, right? So when he went in there and then when he started looking around, he thought he was like on candid camera or something, like, especially when she was like, "You're the king and I'm the queen," or whatever. He's like, I'm the what? He started looking around. He started looking for all these, especially when she started telling him that he's going to have to take out Harry. Excuse
Oh,
me.
he knew right then and there. He was like, "Oh no, she lost her goddamn mind. Ain't
Excuse
no way. Ain't no way.
me.
Ain't no way."
What? But then,
And he's flirting with his daughter.
I
No.
know, right? But like, I feel like when Kevin went to visit his dad. Now, I'm confused. I'm not gonna lie, I'm confused by his visit with Conrad in the beginning and how he handled that situation. And like you, I was happy. I think him confronting the gentleman that did what he did when he was younger, um, and taking him out or whatever, made him feel like he does have the stuff that is needed to lead the organization. Whereas he may not have thought that he had that previously, right? So now he goes, he visits his dad, he talks all this smack or whatever. Meanwhile, there's a big thick glass of plexiglass. I don't think he ever would have had the wherewithal to be able to do that face to face. But now at the end of the episode, when he's talking to Harry, he made it sound like potentially that was done for purposes of the recorded phone call, maybe, or because he was like, oh, because he was like, ah ha ha ha, let's leave him in there for a couple of days. So was it that he was being genuine with his father, or is he being genuine with Harry? I don't, because it sounded like maybe he was trying to just see where Harry's head was, and if Harry would come and join him to help him take over the family. um but when Harry got beat in the chest or stabbed by his wife, his
Yeah.
absolute reaction cracked me up because
Yeah.
he looked down. I don't know how Harry remains
He's
so
just
calm
like,
in all of
what a
this.
day. What a
Right. He
day.
First
stays
of all, she needs to go to prison.
so
Yeah,
calm.
I ain't never seen nobody do that shit by accident. Oh no! Get on. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I just jam this 6-inch knife into your chest?
Right.
Your
Right.
wife ain't never stabbed
What
you in
was
the
she
chest by
trying to
accident?
do?
What? Who? She was trying to just hit him in the.
With her closed fist and a knife in her hand?
I,
Oh, I'm sorry,
She
Harry.
didn't realize.
I think she
Okay,
was.
so
I think she was angry and she didn't
didn't
realize
realize the
she
Right.
knife was
still
in
had
Oh,
his
the
she
hand.
knife
realized.
in her hand.
She realized. Oh, give me that. Nobody
I've hit
accidentally
my husband
stabs.
in the chest like that. I've hit him like not with a knife, obviously,
Okay.
but with like.
Okay. That's the important part, right? That's the important part. Yeah, I don't.
But real quick, I just want to address Maeve. Her improper because she's like, I'm not your biological grandmother. This is okay. And
No.
it's
No.
it's
It's
far
not
from
okay.
okay. Right. Because when she
No.
was and but I also don't like how Eddie went back. I'm sorry, Smitty. I'll let you get back in a
Oh, you
second. But
good?
I
You
also
good?
don't
You good?
like how Eddie went back after he found out that Kevin isn't his father and Maeve spilled the beans. How he handled that. I just this first of all, we
Life
all
is
know
in
that.
shambles now. How was he supposed? What he supposed to do? His life is fucking in shambles. It was like he got nothing. It was like his whole like worldview was all jacked up. He thought, yeah, I'm the man because of my dad and this gang that we're in of criminals, and yeah, I'm gonna be doing stuff. And my grandma believes in me. Is like,
Right, but
not your
wouldn't you
grandma that
think?
believes in you.
But wouldn't you think? And then Smitty will go to you. But wouldn't you think that him knowing that Kevin isn't his father and that Conrad, the actual one that's over the family, and the one that's in charge of everything, actually knowing that he is your father, that puts you in direct contention with Kevin, and you could potentially actually be the one running it. So why would your life be in
No,
shambles?
not with Conrad, because you see how the Conrad treated him like he's
Yeah.
half a jerk anyway. And like
Yeah.
he not all of a sudden is like,
But that's why
oh,
Maeve,
you're
I
my
think,
son.
is trying
You
to
sit
put him
beside
in.
me.
Yeah.
Ugh.
All
Yeah,
right, go
it's like
ahead,
Conrad
Smitty.
is like, "Hey, get this kid out of here."
There's so much wrong with this family. I don't even know where to start. First of all, the only person who seems to be getting better is Kevin, and then you got the other one. The other, he's not a son, I don't think. The one that blew up
Who?
the one that blew up the apartment.
Oh no, his scene was hilarious too, though.
I
When
like
it
him.
wouldn't
I
work
like
or
him. I
whatever.
like him a
Yeah.
lot. As a matter of fact, he's probably next to Harry. He's probably my second favorite character
Yeah.
because he's just funny, like all the time.
Yeah. When
Um,
when it wouldn't work and he was like, well, wait a minute. And he walked back over and he was like hitting the button, like, what's going on? Yeah,
yeah.
that was a funny scene. But go ahead, I'm sorry.
So I I was thinking maybe I couldn't blame Maeve for trying to get
No.
hers with somebody who was young. But then I remember she raised this boy.
Yes.
She raised him, and she trying to get out of Maeve. Maeve, you need to stay where you at. You need to stay right there behind bars. You can't. She can never get out. That's number one, right? That's number one. She should never ever get out. She trying to
Right.
seduce this kid. You see him looking around. He's like, "What do you mean? What do you mean?"
Right. I was laughing so hard.
Two, Conrad.
Comrade.
Conrad. I actually felt for Conrad at first because I understood where he was at. He didn't show enough emotion for me when his son got murdered, right? He didn't show enough
Okay.
emotion for me, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when he sits down with Kevin in jail and Kevin starts talking to Conrad, telling him he's going to take over and he's tired of this and that he needs to step down because he's not going to take it anymore. And Conrad looks at him in the face and said the most diabolical shit I ever heard in my life. Hey, how's your wife? She's still warm.
Stop,
Still warm and nice.
Stop.
I was like, Conrad! Conrad!
Dirty old man.
What? Bro, did you just brag about smashing your son's wife? I couldn't believe he did that. I could not believe he did that. Out of everything in this episode, I could not believe that I watched him do that. And then he licked his lips talking about his wife. I had a problem with that. I had a problem with that. Neither one of them need to be in the they need to be in different prisons, as a matter of fact. They shouldn't even be able to visit.
Right, but that just went to show, okay, so he had Kevin's wife first. So they were boyfriend, girlfriend, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. So, but that just went to show Kevin, I still own her, I still own you. You're raising my son. Right? So what is it that you're gonna do? You know what I'm saying? We'll just say that Eddie, because I don't know how old he is. We'll just say that he's 17, 18. For 17 or 18 years, you have gone by this arrangement and you've known who Eddie is, that he's my son. And now you want to try and stand up to me? That's not gonna happen, boy. Find your place.
Just no.
But no, I'm
No.
saying, but that I'm not saying that he's right, but that is Conrad's thinking. And then when he got released or whatever it was, and he was walking down the steps like, yeah, I'm the man, or what I don't know what his little flimsy arms were doing, but like he just.
First of all, I'm surprised Kevin ain't snapped sooner, right? You go to prison and get graped by a security guard on a daily basis. You got that bouncing around in the old noggin
But
for
he
half
said
your
he
life.
didn't remember until recently.
Oh, he remembered. He remembered. Did you see? Because I remember having to watch him remember, right? with the nightstick, right? No. Not only did he have to deal with that, he has to deal with the fact that his son is his brother, and that his dad smashed his wife, and then he has to look at both of them every single day as a constant reminder. Oh, look what my dad did. Look what my dad did. Look what daddy did. And now you're gonna talk crazy when I'm looking at you. I'm surprised he hasn't flipped out and murdered the entire family. If I'm being honest. Because I would be loopy. Do you understand? I would be loopy. I would be running around licking windows all day. I would be so insane. I would be so mad. You couldn't stop me from that's all I'd be doing all day. That's all I'd be doing all day. What's Paul doing? Oh, he snapped. His dad smashed his wife all day. That's my life. So I don't know why he did that. I don't know why he did that, but he did. And for him to tell him like that,
he was showing his dominance. He was showing. It's like he was just showing his dominance because he was being threatened by Kevin, and he was like, "No, son, no, that's not going to happen. Not the way that you think." So, I mean, I don't know. I'm just very curious to see. And then we finally figure out what Kevin's wife was doing with her father this entire time. She was setting him up to be in prisoner, but they never like really clarified what that whole storyline was or whatever. And then they just kind of ended that one at the end of the season. I'm wondering if they intended that to be a bigger storyline and they just didn't have the ability to suss that out very well. But maybe it'll come back up later in a later episode. Who knows?
I'm gonna ask Casanova, what did you think about them finally getting to Richie? Frankie? Richie?
Yeah,
whatever.
Richie. It was like it was good. It was like I liked the way that he kind of set it up. So they got to Richie. They used the lawyer to get to Richie because they was going to dust her anyway. And then it was like I did laugh a little bit when Richie tried to use her as a human shield, and they shot that shield anyway. And then Richie's face was kind of like, "Oh, I didn't know that's how it was going down," and they killed him. It's like, so my question now is, the cop that was dirty, just the way his face looked,
Mm-hmm.
is he free, or has he got something else going on off on the side? Because he didn't look relieved, like, well, Richie's gone and I ain't got to worry about that anymore.
Right.
He looked more concerned that Richie was gone and who else is going to be pulling his leash going forward.
Right.
So, but it was like, it was like, like I didn't expect Richie to make it as long as he did. So
Hmm.
them killing him at the end of the season, I was like, it was a satisfying thing. Like, I thought they would have killed him. I thought he would have died a
Satisfying.
couple
My
episodes ago at the end.
God. I thought he was gonna make it into next season. I can't believe you said satisfying. Oh,
He was
Lord.
stupid. That move to send all of your
Yeah.
soldiers out was just dumb.
Yeah.
That's a stupid move. You kind of saw it. You kind of saw it being set up, and he knew Harry was smart, right? So he knew that he wasn't just. They weren't just going to make these basic moves, and he was just gonna. They were just going to lay down. Like, so, it's his own fault. Two, the
Yeah.
lawyer. She is the dumbest one
Yeah.
on the entire show, next
Yep.
to Harry's wife.
She knew she
She
wasn't gonna
is
get
so
out this
stupid.
situation alive. Yeah.
The second Harry let her go, the second he found out that she lied, and
Mhm.
he let her go, and he
Mhm.
was like, keep your phone on. I'll call you. I'll definitely call you. I'd have been like,
But she was conceited enough.
jumped in my ride and drove straight away. I wouldn't have told nobody I was going nowhere. I wouldn't have packed no clothes, nothing. I'd have left
Stupid.
town.
Like,
Just
I
left
mean,
town
I
laughing.
think she
Left
was.
town
I
laughing.
think she was
There ain't no
conceited enough
way.
to think. I think
I
she was
can't believe
conceited
she
enough
showed
to
up.
think that she would have made out. She would have made it out of
Yeah.
there, and then she would like, all right, I made a mistake, and oh, he's letting me set him up, so this will show my value, and this will show my contrition and everything else, and she should have known for who she was dealing with
Yeah,
that
jig is up.
it's probably not going to work out for her.
I don't know how she
So
thought either or, that one or the other was not going to in the end get her. Like, that just did not feel like a logical, especially for her to have, we'll say, played this so quote unquote smart this far this long, where she had someone else, you
Yeah.
know,
And
in
was
in
talking
her.
shit.
That's what I'm saying. For her to think that at the end of this, in the situation that she was ultimately put in, that either Richie or Harry wasn't going to, for lack of a better way of saying it, take care of
yeah,
her. You know
kill
what I'm
her.
saying? Right.
Like,
She
So
was
yeah,
talking
it was like,
trash. She was talking trash. She didn't have no gun, nothing.
mm-mm,
She was sitting
mm-mm,
right there in front of
mm-mm,
Richie, and
mm-mm.
she was like, Richie. When Harry and them broke in, Harry and Kevin broke in, she was like, Richie, remember when I said that you were the best?
Right.
Well, I lied. Watch what's
Right.
about to happen. Lady, you don't have any.
Well, I
You don't
think
have
she said that
any.
at that point because she knew the gig was like the jig was
yeah,
up. So
No, she didn't
yeah,
know she
the
was gonna
jig was
die.
up,
She
and then
thought she
she
was gonna
thought
be
that she was
spared.
gonna, and she thought she was gonna make it out of there. Like, she
Yeah,
thought she
she
was
thought she was
smarter
on
than
home team
Conrad.
again.
She thought she was smarter than Conrad when she went to Richie. Richie thought that he was smarter than Conrad and Harry, and which
but
is why he sent all his people over there. It was like everybody thought that they were smarter than everybody else, and then Harry was smarter than the both of them.
but
And
here's
it was
my
like, and that
question.
was just their hubris of all of the other stuff.
When you're sitting in front of me and you're trying to convince me that you're on my team and you make a statement, and then I hear you make a phone call to Harry and you make the same exact statement, do I, because they showed, I can't remember her statement exactly. It was something about somebody being the smartest or whatever. I don't know. But when she made that statement to Richie and then called Harry and made that statement to him, they panned back to Richie and showed his reaction to her making that statement, like, you're saying the same exact thing to him. So nobody was able to trust her. She had to know in that moment when he made that face, there was no way on God's green earth she was going to get out of this situation alive, point blank, period. It wasn't going to happen.
She should have got her
But
ass up.
her,
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, but her whole thing, at least in front of Richie, was to try and get Harry there. So if you got to pretend that Harry is the smarter of the group and you're talking to him in front of Richie, you're gonna say the same thing. It was like it's entirely possible that if Richie did kill Harry, he was going to kill that chick anyway if she was no real value to her. But she was backed into a corner no matter what she did. So it was like she
Exactly.
thought that Harry was her easier way out. So she was like, if I set Richie up, then I'll get out of here because Harry let me go the first time. And like from knowing that family and just how you're a mob lawyer and how shit works, it was like you should have known better.
Taurus Queen,
You go ahead.
Taurus Queen said, in that world, you have to pick a side. She did. She picked Conrad's
She
side,
picked
but
Harry,
then she
yeah.
got caught up
Mhm.
by Richie. She got caught up by
Mhm.
Richie. So it was
Mhm.
either give him what he wants or she dies, right? So
Mhm.
she had to capitulate and give him his information, and then
Mhm.
like go back to Conrad and them, and she didn't tell him because she was trying to survive, and Harry knew that, right? But after she found out that Harry knew, and after that, and you're trying to use me, no, I mean, you're not using me for nothing. I'm out of here. Okay, I'm gone. I'm going back to whatever hotel or house I got. I'm getting money and I'm leaving right now. I'm
Right.
busted by both sides. Both sides hate me? No, no,
Yeah.
no. I'm not even telling my mom where I went. I'm just leaving. I'm just leaving. I don't even know where I'm going. I'm just driving in circles with my eyes closed. I'm telling you, I don't even know where I'm going. I don't even know where I'm going. But I'm not telling them, and I don't know why she stayed or why she thought she had immunity from either side.
Right.
How she thought she was safe. It, I just
Yeah.
And then when he grabbed her, it was like she didn't know it was coming. Like, oh,
Yeah.
Richie got me
Yeah.
by the hair.
Yeah.
She wouldn't even have finished that statement if I was Richie. Hey, Richie,
Mhm.
get bow. That'd have been it. That'd have been the end of her. I forgot you was even in the room. But that's the end of that.
Well, I'm
So
wondering, going back to what you said, Smitty, about the other police officer, the guy that was trying to get Richie to hook Conrad and them. I'm wondering if, like you said, that he is has to answer to somebody else, because it does not seem like he is set easy with the circumstances that as they have played out. Like it seems like he's got something that he is or was expected to deliver on by someone else we don't yet know. Or maybe it's that chick who's trying to pull the strings that Harry owes and Harry has turned down her proposals. Um so what do you think about that?
go ahead, Casno.
Um, I was like, I don't know. It's like Harry told her, "Yeah, I'm not working for you because like I'm
Mhm.
staying with the Harrigans. Like you should know me." It was like loyalty is my job one, and I'm not betraying them to come for you. So to come work for you, no matter what you say. And
Right.
it's like we'll just have to scrap it out and then see who's on top. And she didn't like that answer, but to me, it's like if you that desperate to get him on your side, you got to be kind of a little scared of him anyway.
Right. Yeah.
It was
Yep.
like
I'm
because you were
thinking the
saying a
same
lot,
thing.
so
Mhm.
it was like I'm thinking like whatever relationship they have had, however they knew each other, I guess that's going to be for season 2 to flesh out and all that other stuff. But it was like I like her as an antagonist. The
Mhm.
idea of her an antagonist for a full season instead of piecemealing her out. It was like, oh, she did this and did that. So it's like it'll be interesting to see how the rest of that goes. Plus the Harrigan's weird um power struggle and family dynamics that they got going on over there. So
Mhm.
it was like like I said, I'm here for season 2. I just hope it don't take like 8 years for them to get the second season out.
I don't think it will, but I will take a look and see if what they have as far as production. All right. So I think we've beat that to death.
No, we
We
haven't.
are
I ain't done.
oh, okay. Go ahead, Smitty.
So
Sorry.
I don't know why. Damn it. What was he just talking about?
Eddie, Conrad, Harry,
No,
the police
no,
officer
Harry.
guy. Okay.
It was Harry. I don't know why Harry. I thought Harry was going to shoot her. I thought
Mhm.
Harry was going to shoot her. I don't know why
Yeah,
he didn't.
that was kind of the vibe that I was getting too, but
Yeah.
I think that was one of those things like if he would have shot her in her hotel or wherever she was, I'm assuming she had other guards, and he wouldn't have made it out of there alive. So
I
maybe
mean,
that's
there was
why
no
he knew
one.
it was
There
going to
was
be a
no one in the
conversation.
room. There was no one in the room other than her and him, right? And she's clearly coming for him, right? So, and you know she doesn't care about who she takes out, like his daughter, anybody, right? She has no qualms with taking anybody out. So you got a perfect shot at her right now. You could end all of this, right? And you don't take it. So now you got to deal with her later on. Now I understand they were trying to save her for season 2, which I understand. But I'm just saying, is honestly, I honestly thought he was going to unbutton his jacket and just make it happen.
Yeah,
But do you take that risk though?
like,
I think that's the question. Like, do you take that risk because unless she directly poses a threat, you don't want that heat that's going to come.
She just told me that being loyal to Conrad or being loyal to Kevin was a mistake.
I agree.
And you know what that means. You know what that means. She's coming for you, right? So am I leaving there without stopping your heart? No, you gotta go, right? You were just talking crazy to me a second ago.
But maybe she'll decide that she doesn't want to go down that rabbit hole, and she'll just be like, "I'm good," and like turn around and skip through the meadow. I don't know, but my point being is, I don't think you want that heat on you unless, excuse me, she poses a direct threat, right?
The heat coming. She's coming already, right? The heat is coming.
Okay,
right?
okay.
It's already there. All right, all you gotta do is stop it.
Okay.
The end.
Okay.
Bow. He gave her a chance. He told her, he was like, listen, I'm loyal, so thank you, but no thank you. She was like, big mistake. Bow, 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 bow.
Okay.
Right there.
All right.
No more. I'm sorry. Sorry I had to do that. Thank you for helping me though.
Dog. All right.
You'd have just walked out? You'd have let her go?
They're
coming after your family now. They're coming after your family.
No, I understand that. I'm just saying, if I'm thinking how Harry has thought every step through and every circumstance that he has been in throughout the entirety of this season, I feel like you either don't want that heat unless she is absolutely directly coming for you, or two, you're going to like build up your resources before you go at it, because once you do it, it's on and popping. So you want to make sure that you have all your stuff in place before you and as we have seen him throughout this season, even when they went to the funeral of Richie's son, Tommy, I think, he made sure that he had resources available should something pop off. So, I'm just thinking that maybe that's his play.
And the last thing, I really enjoy Harry's his demeanor, right? The way he responds, like when people are yelling at him, like when Eddie tries to get a rise out of him, and he just approaches the situation very calmly, comes in and locks the door. He goes and he talks to you face to face, and he blinks really slow, and he's having an honest conversation with you, and it scares the shit out of you. I like that part of Harry, right? But when you get stabbed in the chest, I need a little bit more.
That was the best.
More emotion.
That was the best reaction. That was the best reaction.
He just turned and walked away. He was like,
he shrugged. Yeah, he was like,
I thought he was gonna die. I thought he was gonna die. I thought he was gonna go sit in the hallway and perish.
Yeah, well, he wanted the conversation with
his wife. I think they,
he was like, let's talk
I think
now.
they did that. I think they might have did that on purpose, on the off chance you don't get a season 2. Then you could have ended it there, and it was like, oh, well, Harry's dead. So, all right.
Oh God.
All right, right on.
All right, okay. We're gonna move on to the hour and 38-minute movie, The Monkey, which is billed as a dark comedy.
Is it? I didn't know that at the time. Is it supposed to be a comedy?
It's a dark, it's a dark comedy horror film. So we're not gonna start with Casanova because he is over it. So Smitty,
I'm gonna tell you right now, I was not expecting I was not expecting what I got from this movie. So it's a movie about for those who have not seen it, it's a movie about these two brothers. One of them was born like a few seconds or like a minute before the other one, and he bullies the younger child, and they find this monkey. Their father brings home a monkey, and I don't know exactly how they get it. I can't remember, but the monkey is possessed, if you will, and it has it has it has his hands up like this with the drumstick in it, right? And they tell him basically, if that drumstick comes down and he starts playing a song, somebody's screwed. Like somebody is going to die.
Right.
So you don't want that. You don't want that to come down. The deaths in this movie
are ridiculous.
Had me crying. I was not expecting what I got. I thought this was a serious.
No.
I'm gonna say serious. I thought this was like a funny kind of horror movie. It was not. It was not. The deaths in this movie were unbelievable. Unbelievable. I'm gonna just give you one, and then I'm gonna pass it off to you. Right. This is when I knew it was. This is when I knew that it was silly. Right. It actually was the first one. It was the first one. The first death when they shot.
No.
Yeah. Yes. When they shot through the owner of this was pawn shop, right? And the monkey starts playing, and something happens, and it hits this guy with a loaded harpoon gun. I don't know, why would you have that loaded in your store? Anyway, and he gets hit, and the harpoon fires. It goes across the room, and it goes into the owner's stomach. Right. I'm expecting him just to fall down and die. No, that's not what happens. There's somebody hit the switch. Somebody hit the switch on the gun, and it starts pulling his intestines out, and he's just standing there. He's just standing there while it's coming out. I was like, what? What am I watching? What is going on here?
And you didn't decide at that moment to like just stop.
No, I was like, I need to find out what is going on with this movie, and it just got even.
It got worse. Yes, it got worse. Go ahead, Smitty. Finish what you said.
No, I'll let y'all tell, because I'm not gonna tell the whole story. Like y'all jump in and tell me what y'all thought.
Go ahead, Casanova, because
this movie. I hated this movie. 15 minutes into it, I was done. I was sitting there, it's like, man, look. So the movie was on, and then watch the beginning. That was like with the whole scene that you laid out, Smitty. Then the kids find the monkey, and then the one brother is like, yeah, you're older than me, so I'm gonna bully the hell out of you the whole time. And then the girls in the bathroom with the kids saying, hey, hey, your mom wears the pants in the family because your dad left, but you're wearing pants now, and that's too many people with pants in your family. And then they take his pants, and he walks home with no pants. And then his brother sits there and like does something and gets a whole bushel of bananas. And then they smash bananas in this kid. And then he's like, monkey, I want you to kill my brother because that's enough. I'm tired of him. So then he turns the key, and then his mom dies. And they're like,
what did she die from? What did she have? Like a bowl or something?
They said she died from some aneurysm or something, but I thought it was like that was more than
from the eyes. I was like, what is wrong
with
her?
That was more than the aneurysm that she died from. I thought she had like cut half her face off or something like that. So then it's like, eventually after too many deaths, they figure out like, oh, well, you turn the key, the monkey plays the drum, and somebody dies that, but not you. So it was just all right. It was enough. It was like
every death was extreme.
Got more and more ridiculous. It just got more and more ridiculous.
Stupid.
The chick at the hotel. The chick at the hotel was yes.
with the
Start
shotgun.
going for it. Yeah, I was just about to say that. So the monkey starts beating the drum, and the guy's outside, and the air conditioner slides off the roof and misses him, but it lands, and it it lands on some water, and then you see like the power is charged the water, and this lady's about to dive in the water. And the guy goes, no! And right when she hits the water, you think she's gonna fall in and get electrocuted and dead. No, that's not what happens here. She explodes. She explodes. It's ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. I was like, wait, what? What just happened? I had to rewind it. I thought maybe she had like a bomb strapped to her chest.
No.
Or something like that. I had to check. I was like, hang on, let me see. Maybe she had an explosive or something.
No.
Like somebody planted something at the bottom of the pool. No, she just hit the water and boom.
She hit boom. And so, but I know I told Casanova earlier, but when you look up this movie, it is critically acclaimed. And it costs, I think it said between 10 and 11 million.
4 critics can make it like
no, it cost between 10 and 11 million dollars to make, and it grossed over $68 million worldwide. So
they all want their money back. All of them want their money back. I promise you. None of them like that movie.
Well, I mean,
and I'm sorry, by the way, for making y'all watch. This is why my dad don't watch shit I recommend now, because it's what I just did to y'all. So this is exactly why he don't watch. So yeah, it's not good, right? It's not good. So you eventually. This is eventually you just start watching for the deaths, right? Mm-hmm. And they just keep coming. You know, they just keep getting more and more ridiculous. The one where the lady was showing off the house.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was like that was like a.
Yeah. So they're showing off the house. They're showing off the house, and the realtor, she's trying to open the closet door, and she finally gets it open, and the guy sees the monkey, and when the door comes open, a shotgun comes down, and you think like she's gonna get shot in the chest, and she's gonna fly back. No, she gets shot. She gets shot, and it was like, I don't know what happened. I don't know what they did or what they think happens to a human body. But she was like, boom, and she just went to like 1,000 pieces, and I was like, wait a minute, man, this is getting stupid. Like this is just getting ridiculous.
Well, the one
when you had the one that died like a Warner Brothers cartoon where it was like her head was on fire, then she ran out the house. I was just about to bring that one up. Yep. Stepped in the freaking trash can or whatever the hell it was, and then impale her face on the sign. I was sitting there, it's like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, that was trippy.
It was like,
yeah.
Like, and then I found at the end when I saw it's like, based on a short story by Stephen King. I was like, all right, it makes sense.
Yeah,
the horses one
was ridiculous.
It was amazing. So there's a guy in a sleeping bag. He's sleeping outside. The monkey starts beating the drum, and a stampede of wild horses come through, and just trample his sleeping bag.
Just turn him into hamburger.
They trample his sleeping bag, and when they open the sleeping bag, it's just mush. So it's not even identifiable. If you want to watch something that's good, do not watch this. Okay, do not watch this. I thought that this was going to be a decent movie. It is not.
Well, if you are looking for a dark comedy, yes. If you're looking for a dark comedy, then please tune in. You'll get a kick out of it because their death scenes are absolutely ridiculous. But
they're bananas.
If you're looking for,
they're bananas.
They're terrible. If you are looking for something that is a true horror flick, this isn't it. This is not.
Yeah, I'd like to apologize to the panel for making you sit through that. I should have picked something else. I won't recommend anything else like that ever again. Okay, I'm so sorry that I made you watch that filth. But I do need your help right now because I didn't finish watching it. I couldn't finish it.
What?
Let me get
this. Finish it.
You suggested it.
You got it.
Like, we're gonna talk about it. And
Casanova,
then it was
you
like
got
can't
it.
even finish it.
Yeah, I
All
couldn't
right,
finish it.
precedent has now been set, ladies and gentlemen, on the show. It was
Oh.
like precedent has been set.
Don't be
So
acting so
when new
surprised,
seasons
Taurus Queen.
of
Don't
other
be acting
stuff,
so surprised. If you saw it, you turn it off too. Okay? If you saw it,
Excuse
you
me.
would turn it off.
Time out.
oh,
Time out.
Yes.
I was telling you earlier today, I was having
Yep.
difficulty with my Amazon.
Yep.
And your happy ass was trying to tell me how to cast it to my TV as if I didn't already know how to do that from my phone. And not once did you say you never even finished
no, what you say? I ain't
watching.
even finished it.
I was trying to
It's
tell you,
like sit
but
there and like, go ahead, watch it.
I was trying to tell you,
Go
but
ahead,
you
watch
sounded busy. You sounded busy. I didn't want to
it.
disturb you. You were
I
working. So
can't
that's fine.
even.
Don't worry about it.
Oh,
Don't worry about it. Hey, don't forget to like, share,
God.
subscribe if you enjoy the content. We appreciate y'all.
Yeah.
We like
Appreciate y'all
seeing
hanging
people
out
being
with us. We love.
set up for failure, set up to watch these terrible movies by Smitty. Like, share,
I
subscribe, everybody. Tell your friends.
Listen,
cannot.
I won't do it again. Okay, I won't do it again. I will. If I pick another movie, it'll be something that's. No, that's a lie. If I pick another movie, it'll be something that is decent, right? You'll enjoy watching it, right? You'll enjoy watching it. Is what I'm saying. I'm not saying it's gonna be
Answer
good.
your
I can't
question.
promise you that.
To
I
answer
can't
your
promise you that.
question, Dennis, no, they
No.
didn't kill the monkey. The
No,
monkey
they
was in
did
the back
not.
seat with the dad and son as they drove off in peace as the world ended around. It was
Wait, what
like that's
happened?
what it was.
What
It
happened?
was,
Oh, don't tell him. Don't tell him, Casanova. You gotta
No, tell
watch
me
I
it,
what
think that you
happened.
Smitty.
need.
No,
Well, like
you
I
have to
think you
watch.
need to pay another $6 to watch the last 20 minutes of that
Watch
movie.
Come on, man.
It's like, 'cause I'm not saying it again.
Smitty. Oh,
That's messed up. Y'all
that
ain't gonna
is
tell me for real?
absolutely
No, I'm not saying it
awful.
again.
That's fine. I don't need y'all. I don't need y'all. I don't need y'all. That's fine.
Cannot believe you.
Anyway,
Mm.
so that's the end of that. Well, let's move on to some other stuff. The Alien Earth trailer dropped today,
Yeah.
and it looked really, really good.
Okay.
Really good.
Okay.
So
Either one of you. It sounded like Casanova watched it, but Smitty, you watched it. You brought it up, so go ahead.
it looks like the the premise is a ship crashes on a planet. I don't even know if it's Earth, but it says Alien Earth, so maybe. And there are three or five species of alien that they have to that they're trying to capture, or at least have been let free. So, and it looks absolutely amazing. I would love to show you on here, but I would get a copyright strike, and YouTube will hate my guts. So I can't do that. But if you like to see Alien Earth, check that out. Fantastic Four, I think, dropped this week. Y'all can check that out. And did I miss anything? Anything else come out this week?
No, it's like they dropped the tiny trailer for Fantastic Four because tickets are now on sale. It's like I'm not buying tickets this early. It was like you're not getting me that way. So yeah, it's like they did a teaser for that thing. Let's see what else comes out in June. It was
Yeah,
like but Alien
yeah.
Earth
I'm trying.
like really looks good
Superman comes out.
and
Superman comes out
next month.
in a couple
Yeah,
days. Yeah. Oh yeah, in July.
next month.
Dennis, I know,
Yeah.
I know,
So
I know, I know. It seems like the alien media is just bad, right? But
yeah, there was an
this,
interview with Ridley Scott about some of that stuff. He seemed like he liked of the Alien franchises so far. He said it's like he liked, his of course, and he liked James Cameron's, and he has high hopes for the show because he did see that and he liked what the guy did. So it's like praise from Ridley Scott, I guess, for the guy that did the first movie. It was like I guess it's a good sign. But that trailer was another good sign. So
trailer looks amazing.
hopefully they have the tension and everything else in there. So I'm ready for that.
Yeah. It sounded like it had pretty good tension, and it you would think for a TV show it wouldn't be that, wouldn't have that sort of scare factor to it, but it looked pretty good. So check out that trailer if you can, right after you get done with this, and let us know what you think. I'm curious to know what y'all think. I really want to know. So
Of the what? The alien one?
yeah, any of them.
Alien Earth? Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, Did you see it? Did you not see it?
No,
Because I put
I
it up.
didn't.
You
Change
still
it.
ain't seen it yet?
I'm sorry.
Change it.
No, I have not seen it. I apologize.
See, now you like me,
No,
right?
no, 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 no,
It's the same.
no,
It's the
no.
same thing.
See, the monkey was a very specific assignment, and you chose not to complete the assignment. So, if we're grading your work, I feel like
It's fine. That's fine.
you're not getting a passing grade on this, there,
That's fine.
buddy.
I don't need to
I
pass.
mean,
I'm sorry. That's all I can say is I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
mm-mm, mm-mm,
Um,
mm-mm.
Foundation. I'm gonna start watching that here soon. I wanted to watch. As a matter of fact, I wanted to watch or start watching Stranger Things
Mm-hmm.
today. So
Mm.
we're gonna do that. I'm gonna start making some announcements. Hopefully, my team can start
Mm-mm,
watching stuff on. Oh no,
mm-mm,
you're too busy. Okay,
mm-mm,
that's
mm-mm,
fine. I'll just
mm-mm.
do everything myself.
Oh, okay. You mean incomplete assignments? Okay.
I'm kidding. I love you. I'm sorry. Shush.
Mm,
So
mm, mm, mm.
that's fine. Anyway, what else? What y'all got coming out, man? Y'all got anything going on soon? Anything y'all want to do?
Casanova, do you have anything that
You mean like
now, Smitty, you said that you was looking
go
at
market?
potentially watching Murderbot. Have you even looked at it? Have you?
I don't even know what that shit's about. Is it
Oh
about?
my.
Is it about a? Is it about a
It's
murder
about a murder bot.
robot?
It's about a
Okay.
murder bot.
It's about a artificial intelligence that is built like a human, but he is starting to become autonomous. He broke out of whatever governor that they had to prevent the intelligence from becoming autonomous. So now basically his whole thing is not to be found out that um that he no longer has this governor. So he is still trying to provide security to the people that he's assigned to provide security to. But the longer this goes, the more difficult it is becoming for him to hold up that facade. So um I think it's supposed to be like a comedy, but it does have the serious side to it. I think it's cute. I like it.
Okay.
Casanova, I know
mean,
you've been watching it. What do you think about it?
Yeah, it's good. It's only 30 minutes an episode. So it's
Mhm.
like, you're not sitting there for 45 minutes or an hour with,
it's like a comedy.
all of that. It was like,
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's comedy. It was like, so, it's like, it's very well done. It was like occasionally some like, well-known actors or like better known B actors, I guess would say, which do show up in the show. I was like, so, it was like, it's some good stuff so far.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
it's like, and it's a quick watch.
So guess what, Smitty? We'll give you an assignment.
Which is
One that we've actually completed. I mean, although the season's not over, but we've completed thus far. You need to watch Murderbot.
I mean, I said I was gonna watch it. You don't have to threaten me and stuff. You know, I told you I was gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it. I want to see what it's about. Right? Hopefully, it's good. Because if it's not, I'm coming back at
Oh,
you.
oh, 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 oh,
Yep. Yep.
oh,
Yep.
oh.
On another note,
Okay, Hellboy,
wait, did
fine.
Saggy say it was trash? Did Saggy say Murderbot was trash?
No,
Saggy, are you telling me?
Saggy.
Saggy, are you telling me it's trash? Well, they
No,
set me up,
she's
Saggy.
saying
Is
hoops.
this a bad?
She's saying hoops. It's nothing but net. That's what she meant to say, Saggy. That's what she
Chris,
meant
did you
to say.
set? Are you trying to set me up? Is this a shit movie?
It's a show, and
No,
no,
it was
it's
like
not.
anybody setting you up for that. It's a show. It's like it's fine. It's like everything's
Okay.
fine. It's like just watch. It's good. It's funny.
It's funny,
I'll check it
right?
out.
We would not steer you. We would not steer you wrong this quick over what you
Yeah.
did with us with the monkey. Like
I
give
know.
at least me some credit.
Awful.
It's like a
Y'all
slow
ain't gonna
burn.
let that shit go, huh? You ain't gonna do nothing.
No.
Whoa.
Foundation.
See, she says she talking to Casanova that he's trash.
Okay.
All right, thank you,
Oh.
Saggy. Appreciate the clarification.
Foundation is coming out. Foundation's coming out soon.
Right.
I don't know if any of you have seen that. It is very complicated, very complex, has a lot of moving parts, but it is very, very, very good.
So how much
Very
have you
good.
seen of that?
I've watched all 2 seasons. I think it's 2 seasons, 3?
Okay.
2 seasons.
Okay. And you like
You need
it.
to watch that. Yeah,
So
it's not the monkey.
no.
It's
No,
not
I'm
like the
going
monkey.
to interrogate your happy ass a little bit more
Mhm.
because we're not going to just be Smitty. So why do I need to watch this show? What makes you think that I, Chris, need to watch said show, Foundation?
It's intelligent, and you need some of that in your life. I'm just kidding. It's an intelligent show. You like intelligent stuff. And this Foundation I thought was going to be boring, but it wasn't, right? It's based on an item. I forget what the thing is called because it's been a minute since I've seen it. If you in the comment section know what it is or what it's called, let me know. But this guy, he was looking for an answer to a math problem, right? And that whoever can answer that problem, he puts it out through space, throughout the galaxy, right? And the one person who can answer it, but it's set up like a like a quiz on the back of a cereal box, right? And like not a big deal. But this
Kind of like
girl,
Will Hunting with the math problem on the board in the hallway or whatever.
right?
Whoever
Yeah.
can, okay.
Well, she figures it out and she responds to it. She's the only one who got it right. I think her name is Gail Dorning. She's the only one who got it right, and because of that, she is important to the math of this entire thing, the way that all of this works. So there's like a little crystal. I don't know if it's like a little ball or whatever, but uh it computes all these like math equations to basically tell you what is going to happen in the future based on what is happening right now, right?
Oh.
So it's, and some of the people who are in this this current or in this present, right? They don't agree with what is happening, right? They don't like what they're hearing. That the people who are in power right now won't be in power in the future. Well, we got to shut that shit down. We can't have that. So there becomes this huge war, but it's not just a war that takes place in this time. It carries on throughout I think it's centuries. Like it just keeps going.
Okay.
But the girl doesn't die. Like the girl doesn't die. The guy says, "We need you in like 120 years, so you gotta go to sleep." And she'll sleep for like 120 years. It's an incredible. Like whoever thought of this, whoever thought of Foundation, had a really good idea, a really really good idea, and they executed it so well. So I can't wait to watch season 3. If you have not seen Foundation and you're curious about watching Foundation, I am going to start watching it here shortly on Discord, and you guys can join me for the ride and get ready for season 3. If you don't like it, that's fine. You just watch, you just hang out and watch Stranger Things with me. That's cool. We can do that too. So I'll let y'all know when I'm going to watch something. Y'all come hang out.
Okay.
Y'all good with that?
Dennis Wright says psychohistory, math used to predict human actions and large mass actions. So do you agree with that? I'm asking.
I was waiting for a question. Yes, I do.
I mean, I didn't think I needed to pose the question. All right.
Oh, so now we don't even have to ask shit anymore. I'm just supposed to wait for you. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, I think they do that now. As a matter of fact, that's what Mission Impossible, the last Mission Impossible movie was based on. The AI through probabilities, by getting to know the people who were in, by getting to know their mannerisms, what they care about, could predict what their next move was going to be, and that's why he kept staying ahead of them. So yeah, I think it's possible. To a degree, I think it's possible, as long as you don't know, right? Because if you know, then you can change what you're doing to combat it. But if you don't know, then yeah, I think it could be pretty accurate.
Well, yeah. So you have yeah, so basically at the end of the day, you have a bunch of options, basically, for lack of a better word, that you, person one, will take in said set of circumstances, right? And so basically they're saying the probability of you taking action one through actions two, three, four, five, six, seven. And so it's saying the probability of you taking action seven is higher than all the rest of the actions. So it'll focus its attention basically to that. But it's not taking into account that there's an option 11 or 12 for you to potentially take. So
It's not so much saying that you are predictable. It's more or less
well,
saying
it is kind of
that
saying that.
your decision that you're going to make is more than probable, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because of who you are, the type of person that you are. Like I like to help people. So would I let somebody just be, would I let somebody just lay there and be hurt, and would I walk past them? No. You know that about me, and that's something that you could use against me, right? If you were trying to do something nefarious.
Casanova
Which,
would let them lay there, but go ahead.
that's what you would do?
Yeah.
B?
Yeah.
You would let them lay there?
Casanova, yeah, he
Yeah.
would.
Come on, man.
I'll tell you a quick story.
Oh,
My niece, who is currently expecting her first child, so hang in there, Saya. Shouldn't be so much longer, hopefully. She
congratulations,
was
by the
in
way.
Yeah,
she was in
congratulations.
high school, and it's like somebody had fell out or something else, and instead of helping them up or seeing what was wrong, she stepped over and got on the bus. So then my sister asked her, "Why did you get on the bus?" She's like, "They had nothing to do with me." It was like, "What was I going to do? I'm not a doctor," and that was it. So not that that's the family mantra, but at the same time, after a while, it was like, well, maybe she would have made it worse if she tried to help. So
Or
I'm not the only one. I'm not
you
the only one.
you would step, bro. If you telling me right now that if my ass was laying down and I was like, Casanova, ah, help.
And I would be like, you remember the monkey? No, you laying there, and I'm gonna keep on moving.
That would be so foul. I'll just watch you step over me and keep going. Be like, you bitch,
I was
I
like the
needed your
monkey.
help.
This is the payback for the monkey. I'll get you next time.
That's messed up, man. That's messed up.
Like
I mean,
Chris,
I get it.
Smitty fell
I
down.
get it. You know, some people like that. You know, that's cool. It's messed up, but it's fine. It's all good. So I ain't mad at you. You know, some people that's you. Do your thing. You know, I just hope it ain't me that's in need of some assistance, and hope that you ain't the one walking by. You know, I need
If I
somebody
saw
else.
you,
Somebody.
I'd be like, Smitty, what's wrong? Because like got your wallet on you. It was like you got a Medicaid card or something. It was like got some cash. It was like for the cab to get you to
Medicaid.
the hospital.
What the shit? How old do you think I am, man?
Uh, well, Chris is like 65, and then you younger than her.
Easy.
So aren't you
First of
like,
all,
58?
I don't know what's
anyway,
happening. Yeah.
anyway.
So um so Superman comes out next month. That looks really
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
good. I'm still a little iffy on that because there are
Really?
a lot of characters jammed into this movie.
Yeah. It's like it's a lot of characters, and a lot of times when you have a ton of characters, are they just there for background, or are you going to spend time and give them each little piece of story or something like that? So it's like you can end up having a mess because you just have way too many moving parts on screen. But we'll see. It's like we'll see. He's Gunn has done ensemble movies before. So if he can't pull this off, then it'll be like, oh, well, you couldn't do it. I don't know if anybody else is going to do it with that large of a cast. So
Okay.
we'll be see. But supposedly that movie is almost ready to be locked. So it was like if they lock it because they got all of the effects and everything else and no reshoots or pickups and all that other stuff. It was like he did finish it when he said he was going to finish it. So
All right. So real quick, we're going to recognize Saggy Star, and then we'll get back to Superman. But go ahead, Smitty.
Saggy Star has thank you for the $5 donation. Saggy wants to know: do y'all think AI is alive or an entity or some level intelligence beyond our understanding? No, don't. As a matter of fact, I sat in on a class where a woman explained it to me. Now she could be wrong, and you could totally be right. She could totally be alive, but the way it was explained to me is that it is it is doing what it normally would be doing, right? It doesn't have a soul. You just doing what it's told to do. Like you give it a program, you're telling it, I need you to be better at doing this. I need you to understand this, and if you mess this up, learn from it and get better. That's all it's doing, is learning how to get better and taking away the thing that you are trying to get rid of, right? There's no empathy there. There's no hate. There's neither one of those. It's just going through the motions,
Mhm.
right? So it may seem that way, and but you know, apparently there was not too long ago there was a an AI bot or something like that started slapping the hell out of this dude or something like that, and it wouldn't stop.
I saw that.
It had to be shut down, and the guy had to
Mhm.
be moved out of the way, but it wouldn't stop hitting him.
Mhm. Mm-mm.
Apparently, there was another one, and this one was on TV where they discussed the AI. They asked, I forget exactly what the question was that was asked to this machine, and it said that it wanted to do away with all humans or something like that. Now I don't know if there's validity to all these stories, right? And I'm not saying that they wouldn't do that, but if you're thinking it's like a Terminator type situation where like they're walking around with guns, just loving their job, taking people out, it ain't like that, right? They're just doing what they're programmed to do. So at least that's
So
my
Taurus, so Taurus Queen says she saw one that threatened to tell his wife he was cheating, and I saw that particular story because the way that they did it was they set it up to where they fed it like all this information about different people in this so-called organization. And some of the information that they were feeding it was about certain individuals, quote unquote, cheating on their spouses or whatever. But then they fed it that it was going to be replaced by a newer version or a better product or, whatever. So, in order to prevent it from being removed and no longer a working program, it started trying to do self preservation, which was threatening to tell the people in this quote unquote organization, tell their spouses that they're cheating on them, and that's how it thought it was going to remain alive in a sense. um, Conference that I just went to recently indicated that AI hallucinates. And that's really all it does all of the time. It hallucinates. And sometimes, 9 times out of 10, it gets the information accurate. Every now and then it gets it wrong. So I don't know.
well, people are terrible. People are terrible because um you have something like that, right? And whether or not it's a gift is based on how you use it,
treat it
right?
right.
And
Right.
it seems like every time we get something that could be used in a pretty good way, it's only like they have a robot right now. I think it costs $150,000, and it's a girlfriend robot. I don't know if you saw that. It looks pretty real. Um, and for 150 grand, you can sit down and talk to it all day. And if you feel like it,
Nope.
you know, so it to take all of that knowledge, and then jam it into a robot for sexual purposes, because make no mistake, that's what it's for. And to figure out how to use it to do evil things to bad people, how do we adapt this to our war machines? How are we able to do this, and for people to get power, like how do we implement that in like stock market, and how do we do all this kind of stuff? So it just seems like if it's not for the purpose of power, money, and sex, then it's not a thing. It's not a thing. So I don't know why we're wired that way, but we're pretty effed up as a society. We're not right. If it doesn't apply to those three things, we don't want it.
Right. And it's like my biggest problem with the AI stuff is you can see some companies are working to use it to like replace or displace other folks. It's like, particularly in the entertainment industry currently, where you're trying to get actors that are extras to sign away their performances to be able to be downloaded into some kind of AI to be generated later and then not pay them
Right.
for that process. It was
Right.
like, or replicating or
For
creating
their
an actor
likeness.
that's deceased, and then using their likeness in perpetuity for whatever you decide to want it to, and then not pay them. It's like, and that's the problem. It's like folks are running to like, how can I keep the massive amount of money that I make and not give it to folks that are helping us, create these things? And like that's part of the problem. It's like the AI stuff can be fascinating, but like Smitty mentioned, it was like it can be dangerous in the wrong hands. And with everything moving as fast as it is, it's only a matter of time till somebody does something really stupid with it.
Right.
And it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make any sense. Yes, you could get AI to work in your factories, to work in your shops. You could get AI to build all these massive things and to make all this stuff so they can sell. But if ain't nobody got a job, nobody can buy your
That's
shit.
That's it exactly.
So I
Like
don't know.
nobody can buy your stuff except for the other super rich folks, and then nobody's seeing your movies or playing your games or reading your books if you've basically moved them out of everything else. So
Right.
how are you going to make your
If
money
all of
when there's
society
nobody
is
dependent?
unemployed. Right.
Yeah, I don't understand. I don't understand why we do some of the shit that we do. A lot of people are being bled dry these days. If you got $6, they want $7. It would just stand to reason if you just take what you need and then leave the rest, and we can continue to give you money, and you can continue to prosper instead of you trying to bleed me dry and you get nothing in return. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. I swear to God, I hate adults.
Well, you're an adult, so I don't.
What's wrong with my audio, Saggy? Is it messed up? Is my audio messed up?
Raggedy. She called your audio raggedy.
Damn, sure did. She just got here too, talking bad about my microphone. It's bullshit. Do I sound messed up?
Ragged.
You, Chris, do I
You
sound
sound
messed up?
fine to me.
Okay.
I don't know how it's coming across on YouTube, but you sound fine to me. But she called it ragged.
I'm asking you questions. I'm looking right. Well, I guess.
Exactly. Yeah. And Jesus.
Hey, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, man. If y'all enjoy the content, we like to have fun like this every Tuesday and Thursday. Tuesday we talk about news, movie news, and anything that's interesting. And Thursday we do movies, movie news, and when we run out of time, like we did tonight, we run out of subject like we did tonight, we just make up some bullshit at the back end.
Oh, my word.
So we appreciate y'all hanging out with us, man. We appreciate you spending your Thursday with us. Yeah.
Come
again,
to laugh.
I
Come to learn.
What? What you say?
Casanova, what'd you say?
I said come to laugh. I said come to laugh, come to learn.
There you go.
That's what you come to the show for. That's what it's all about. Talking to you, Saggy. Talking to you.
Damn.
Yes, Saggy.
Calling each other out tonight. Easy.
Always
she
late.
didn't
No,
mean to be late.
I'm just playing.
Saggy, don't worry about it. I got your bag. I got your bag.
Saggy is a huge part of this show.
She's a huge
we love
supporter.
having her.
Yep.
Yeah, she's fantastic. She hangs out with us on Discord, and she watches or she always contributes, and we appreciate her, man. She's pretty awesome. So thank you, Saggy, and Nina and Lisa and everybody else that I can't remember.
Lisa and Dennis and Taurus and
Dennis.
all you guys. Appreciate
all y'all, man.
Yep.
So we're on our road to 2,000 subscribers. I appreciate y'all hanging out with us tonight. We'll get with y'all Tuesday. Again, I'll let you know when I'm going to watch one of those shows on Discord, maybe tomorrow. So y'all be easy. Y'all got anything?
Nope.
All right.
No,
I love y'all.
well, it's like thanks for sharing. Thanks for hanging out with us, guys.
Yeah, love y'all. Y'all be good. Take care of one another. Holla.
Cheers, guys.